Hello, everybody. I have StreamYards back up, so good times. Very good, very nice. I have the StreamYards. I'm not using the broke ass. What was that called? OBS Studio. I mean, God bless OBS Studio. You could probably do a lot with it that I am not smart enough to do, but yeah, I'm not smart enough to do it. So, hello, Nima. I have at least one person in here watching, so I'm going to get going. I am going to dismantle a frauditor debunker because fuck all of them, fuck every last one of them, fuck them all, and then fuck them some more because fuck these fucks, these ignorant fucks. This gentleman, Unclean Hands, he's a retired substance abuse counselor and truck driver. So that makes him a fucking expert. And he's not a liar either. He's not a liar. He's going to get called a liar in this video, but he's not a liar because fuck you, that's why he's not a liar. Oh, fuck this dude. So I was watching a Stone Vet this morning because I can't fucking sleep anymore. Too much stress in my life. So I was trying to keep one eye open watching him, and he was watching Fraud at Wrangler, and Fraud at Wrangler was watching this fuckwit, and even in my half dazed state, I'm like, this motherfucker is a tool bag. He's a shitty, lying tool bag. Oh, and he's a tool bag. So they were so Fraud at Wrangler likes to play other people's videos on his streams and his own, because Fraud at Wrangler's also a tool bag, because aren't every last one of them? Aren't they all? Show me an honest one in the bunch. They're all fuckwits. All right. So he was showing this video right here. So you and I are going to go through this video, and we're going to play Spot the Fucking Lying Tool Bag. Shall we? Does that sound like a good game? Oh boy, this is going to be good. First off, you got the standard tool bag shit going on here. He's going to be using somebody else's video for his monetary gain, but he doesn't have even the fucking common sense decency to put the other dude's video in his description. Why wouldn't you do that? Well, it's probably because you don't want people to go and see the original video. Why wouldn't you want to go see the original video? Is it because you're fucking lying about it and you're chopping it up? Maybe. I don't know, but I'll bet it is. Fuck this guy. He's got his PayPal in there though. Boy, he's got his PayPal. Give him money for his amazing his takedown of this frauditor. Fuck you. Subscribe, get notifications. You'll get notified. He's a truck driver. He's a retired truck driver. I worked with a lot of truck drivers. I worked in LTL for a lot of years. I worked in the moving industry with truck drivers for a lot of years. And there's a lot of really good dudes. A lot of truck drivers like to flap their lips. They'll get on those CB radios, just bah, 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 up and down the highway, up and down the highway. Love to talk. They'll talk about anything. They'll talk your fucking ear off. But you don't go to them if you want someone to say something fucking smart. I'm not saying they're dumb. I'm just saying that's not their forte. They listen to daytime or not daytime, but they listen to like the guys, the talk show guys who talk about weird, odd shit. And they'll be like, hey, did you hear about that half crocodile, half dog they found in New Mexico? Jesus fucking Christ. You don't go to I said retired truck driver, for fuck's sake. What are we going to learn from him? We're going to learn how to lie. That's for fucking sure. Well, what is that little fucking thing he's got on his lap? Someone in chat, tell me what this fucking thing he's got in his lap is. What is that little fucker? What the fuck does he have in his lap? He says it's interesting. Is it interesting? I don't fucking think so. AM radio, thank you, Alpha Fox Adam. Someone in chat, show me what that fucking thing is on his lap. And if you think he looks like this, I'm gonna think you've got another thing fucking coming. He doesn't look like this. He wishes he looked like this.
Well, folks, I've got one of today's brightest auditors out there, a law scholar by any sense of the word. He's quite well learned on the law.
And who the fuck are you to judge, truck driver? Who the fuck are you to judge? Oh, quite learned law scholar. Huh. Did he claim to be a law scholar? No. So why the fuck are you trying to call him out on it?
Knows the law, federal and state.
Federal and
state? And he's going to go to a city council meeting in a city where he doesn't live and explain to them what's legal and what's not legal. And
Who the fuck is his shit brain?
He says some things that don't quite turn out to be true.
Well, quite turn out
and
to be
they
true.
make a fool out of him. So
he makes a fool out of him.
Let's get right on with the video. Yes, it's our old friend JC News Now, learned scholar extraordinaire.
Is this the extent, like we're just padding this so that we get our fair use? We're not going to get to the video, fuckwit? The video that you pirated?
Let's get going with the video.
My name is JC. I'm a constitutionalist. I'm an independent journalist.
Oh, he ain't no Chris Christopherson. That's
today, I was doing a story at the post office, and I asked your chief of police if I could have his name and badge number. And he chose to have an ego, and not identify.
Farts don't stink.
I'd like to make this town aware that there's a badge act. It was enacted in 1983. It's a federal law.
1983.
And it was revisited in 2020 and reinstituted. This is a problem. It's a federal law, but there.
No, Jamie, sweetheart, dear. Fucking with these fuckwits is not drama. These fuckers are not drama. These fuckers are tool bags. Taking them apart is easier than wiping my ass after a big night of Taco Bell.
There was also an addendum to it that says all town, municipal, and state agencies need to institute a likewise policy that everyone has to identify with their name.
I don't know, Mash. I don't know. Do they all? I know we got a lot of Ohio auditors, or at least we used to back when I'd watch them. Because I mean, honestly, it doesn't really matter what state they come from. They're all fucking retarded. Either side, either team. You pick them, they're retarded.
Name, rank, and badge number or call number.
Thanks for the suggestion, Fabio. I don't know. It's kind of hard to understand with the drawl for me. So I'm going to play it at normal speed. Sorry. You're just going to have to suffer through it. I want to be able to hear it.
Apparently, there's not a policy here in Reach Springs. And they gave the states a year's time to institute this policy, or they would be in risk of losing their omnibus funding.
Well, JC, now that you brought it up, we're going to take a look at this 1993 Badge ID Act.
What is this? What do we got here, boys and girls? What do we got? What is this? This looks official. Doesn't this look official? Let's just go to the website. Where's the where? I don't. Okay, you're not retarded, Jeff. You're cool. You're cool, but you're the exception to the rule, bro. So keep it that way. Where the fuck is his link? Where's the link? He's going to educate on this. Don't you? Wouldn't you like to read along with him? Wouldn't you like to read? I would like to read along with him. So it just so happens that I had to fucking pull out my Google tools to find this son of a bitch, because he doesn't want to share with the rest of the class where he's finding this shit, and he's finding it from cjusjobs.motherfucking.com. You can't see the link. I'm sorry. It's a StreamYard thing, but you could just take my word for it. Here, you know what? I will. Well, let me put this. I'm going to put this in the. There you go. There. Now, you kids at home, you can follow along. Hey, I can't pull it out, bro. It's already out. All right. So you can follow along at home. You can read along with our idiot, Unclean Hands. You can read along with him. All right. So everybody ready? You find the spot on the page? Did you find the spot on the page? Are we good? All right. Let's Let's start reading along with them.
And see exactly what it says.
Yeah, let's see exactly what it says.
Let's see. The 1993 Badge ID Act is federal law.
Federal law
that requires law enforcement officers to wear and display their badges, and other identifying information when they are engaged in official duties.
Yep.
The law was enacted in response to concerns that some law enforcement officers were not properly identifying themselves when engaging in law enforcement activities.
Reading's hard.
Which could lead to confusion, mistrust, and violation of individuals' rights. I got to pause for a second. My mouth is dry as hell. Got to get a drink.
It's hard to read. Got to drink.
Okay.
Woo!
Under the 1993 Badge ID Act, law enforcement officers are required to wear a badge or other emblem that identifies their agency in their status as a law enforcement officer. They also are required to carry and display a photo identification card that includes their name
ID card
and photograph as well as their agency job title. Now, I don't know what addendum he's talking about, but this is applies to federal law enforcement. But cities also, they all wear.
This applies to federal law enforcement. Well, you know what? We could just go back to where he was reading it from, and we could just keep reading on. You know, the law applies to all federal law enforcement officers as well as state and local. Wait. Why doesn't this sound like a little bit of fucking hide the ball? Doesn't this sound like, because he just said all it applies to federal law enforcement, but the next paragraph, the one he didn't fucking show you, says it applies to state and local law enforcement. But okay, all right. You know what? All right. Okay, so you know what? Yeah, all right. So the 1993, the auditor said 1983. This guy saying 1993. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, let's just keep going, right? Let's just
badges. They all have their names on their vests. I mean, this department does, but there's an officer here that knows this law better than JC does, and you're going to hear him in.
A police officer knows the law better than JC. What? You know, here's the thing. Police officers have a very good understanding of the statutes, specifically like the penal codes that those police officers enforce. They'll know, they'll have, oh, that's a 293 or whatever. They'll know the statutes because that's what they do. They enforce statutes, but they don't really have a great understanding of the law. And is a police officer really going to know something about an omnibus spending bill? I'm not really sure, but we're going to find out. We're going to see this genius police officer at work.
Just a minute. Nowhere in this act that I can find, and I've found it on several different federal websites, does it say any.
He's found it on several different federal websites? That's fucking crazy. He's found it on several. I mean, he doesn't show us any of them. He shows us this fucking this CJUS jobs, which is a .com, and they're looking for getting people into careers with criminal justice. He doesn't fucking show us a federal website. You know what? For you guys, I'm the kind of guy, I'm going to do that work. I'm going to do it because you deserve to know. Okay, this is 1993 Federal Badge ID Act. We got a couple. Oh, we got his original source, the CJUS jobs, right? Then we got a YouTube, we got a Reddit, some TikTok videos, Twitter. Okay, Lacoste.I. I don't know what that is. I mean, maybe it. Shotgun Still, JCJSA with YouTube IT. That's probably not it. Yeah. Maybe I'm retarded. Maybe I'm retarded. You know, he found a bunch of federal websites. So we're just gonna keep looking, kids. Because I mean, he's not a liar like those frauditors are, right? He's not a liar like those frauditors. This is congress.gov. I don't know if you can see that up there. It's you know what? Here we go. We're just do this, and then we're gonna go do that. That's the website. So you kids can play at home. Like I'm not hiding the ball in any of this bullshit. You kids can play at home. So we've got the 1993. We're looking for the Badge ID Act. Badge ID Act, and we're going to hit search, right? Because this is going to give it for us, right? Oh shit! Did I type something wrong? You know what? Let's just do badge, right? Because maybe I don't want to accuse this guy of being a fucking liar, but maybe if it's just oh shit, there is no 1993 Badge ID Act. You fucking lying sack of shit. You fucking lying sack of shit. There is none. Oh boy. Huh. Whew. Well, that's pretty fucking embarrassing, isn't it? I have a mosquito right on my hat. That was terrible. All right. Well, let's just keep moving. Let's just keep moving along with it, right? Let's just keep moving along.
Anything about
verbalizing himself.
Your name?
He's gonna redeem himself.
Your badge number. It's all there for you to view.
It's all there for you to view.
I'm here to warn y'all.
It's all there for you to view. He's not going to show you any of it. He's just going to ask you to listen and believe, just like the frauditors do. He's not going to show you any of this shit. He's going to fucking lie to your face while he mocks frauditors. He's literally calling frauditors liars. That's baked in the word fraud. He's calling them liars. He's lying to your fucking face, and he's calling someone else a liar while he's doing it.
That I write letters. That's what I do. I'm an activist. And if this policy is not in place soon, I'm going to do everything I can to remove the omnibus funding for the police department.
There's this guy called Unclean Hands. Unclaimed hands. So Unclean Hands, he's lying to people.
He is lying to people.
I'm not
that motherfucker's true.
How do you know how
that motherfucker was telling the truth? This fucking Unclean Hands guy, he's pretending that the other guy's a liar. Unclean Hands, you're the fucking liar.
to file a complaint? I'd like to know, who do you work for, sir?
I work for Libertarian Police Department.
Who is who is your supervisor?
Sir, you're not controlling this thing. Come on.
No, but I'll get a chance to speak.
No. You have to speak to the board. We
Okay.
are the board. So I'm going to at the end of this conversation,
Yes, sir.
I'm going to thank you for the education and look into it.
Yes, sir.
He should. He
But-
should look into it.
I would like to ask one of my high-ranking officers that has quite a bit of knowledge about this, his opinion on that. Could you come and give me your opinion?
So, what is it with these fucking Southerners? Officers, I need some knowledge of the law, officer. Who the fuck goes to an officer for knowledge of the law? That's retarded.
And there just happens to be an officer sitting right there in the room that knows this law inside and out, and he's going to explain to JC what a moron
You can trust
he
this
is.
guy because this guy knows the law inside out. So he knows the officer knows the law inside and out.
Are you referring to HR 7153 and 7711?
No, it's
HR 7153 and 7711. You know what? Let's look at HR 7711. That's the Badge Transparency Act of 2020. You might notice it's been introduced, but it has not been enacted. It's not been passed. It's not a fucking law. It's just been introduced. That's it. It's been introduced. HR 7711. What about HR 7153? Department of Veterans Affairs Principles of Benefits Automation Act. My learned brother police officers, my learned brother. He was associated. He was an outlaw biker. And now he's sucking police dick. Well, fucking how the worm has turned. Fucking hell. So this fucker's just lying. He's just lying his ass off. Woo! Woo! Unclean hands for the win. Fucking lying piece of shit. Woo! Lying piece of shit. Thumping the Bible with a Southern accent really sells it best, Merb. Well, as a genteel Southern woman, you would know. And what is it? Oh, you guys haven't seen all this. What is it? What is it with these fuckwit frauditor people who, when they put in all these little cutscenes of other things, I guess to try to like make it so that they're not violating copyright, putting enough bullshit in there. But Frauditor Wrangler, who I've seen way too much of his shit because Josh keeps playing it. Thanks, Josh. And now this fucker, like, they all throw this random stupid shit in here. What the fuck does Hannibal Lecter have to do with goddamn thing in here?
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
No, it doesn't. There is, other than even if it wasn't a law, who does this man work for?
He works for the city of Reed Springs.
Okay,
It's on his chest. It's on his shirt.
who is that? It's the people. He works for the taxpayers. He's their employee.
Oh, come on, Jimmy. You don't even live in that town. You don't pay taxes in that town for anything. You don't pay property.
What do taxes have to do with a goddamn thing? Can you be a citizen of a state or a town or a country and not pay taxes? Can you do that? I think you can. What do taxes have to do with anything? Can you not have an opinion without paying taxes? And who doesn't pay taxes? This JC News Now, I don't know who this guy is. I'm going to guess he's monetized. I'm going to guess he's getting money from YouTube or whatever. I'm going to guess he gets a 1099 at the end of the year. I'm going to guess he has taxes that he pays. But what the fuck do taxes have to do with a goddamn thing? Do you not have rights if you don't pay taxes? When did we start associating paying taxes with having rights? And what about this fucking retired guy? Is he paying taxes still, or does he not make enough money to have to pay taxes? Does he just get a return every year? Do you find him honest and a good channel? I don't know this JC guy. I haven't watched him, so can't tell you.
Property tax. You don't pay school tax. You don't pay any of that stuff.
Tax.
You don't pay trash tax. You don't pay water tax. You don't pay anything. You live with your mother. You drive your mother's car. You have nothing.
Oh, you live with your mother and you drive your mother's car. Like, how much money you have, does that equate to you being a good person? Like, why is that? Why are we equating him? There are many cultures where living with your mom, living with your parents is generally what people do. The husband, the son will get a wife and he'll bring the wife into his parents' family. I work with a lot of Indians and Pakistanis, and that's what they do. It's not a bad thing. They take care of their elders, and in turn their elders like take care of the grandkids, and it's not a bad thing. But why? I was asking about Josh since you brought him up. I have no issues with Josh. Josh is an honest actor, as far as I can tell. I haven't seen Josh lie, and that's usually enough. And is he a good channel? I enjoy watching him. It's background noise. It fills the time. He'll spend like 40 minutes going, oh, by the way, I got to find my lighter. Oh, this chili's good. And he'll like never get to he'll start telling a story and he'll never get to the end of it. But that's kind of the charm of it, I like Josh. Am I allowed to like Josh? I think I'm allowed to like Josh.
You're just an idiot.
You're just
Correct.
Idiot.
Are you
Well, you know what?
taxpayer in the
Unclean
city of
hands, you're
I'm a
fucking liar.
taxpayer.
In the city of Reed Springs.
It doesn't matter. I'm a
You live in the city
taxpayer.
of Reed
If I buy a piece of gum in Reed Springs, I pay tax on it.
Well, I reckon if Missouri has a state tax, which
I reckon if Missouri has a state tax. So this motherfucker doesn't know. He doesn't fucking know. He's just, I reckon if they do.
I don't know if they do or not.
He doesn't know. He doesn't fucking know. I reckon if they do. I don't know if they do or
If
not.
you're paying tax on a piece,
But if they do, and if
Gum,
you're paying
for
tax on a piece of
state-funded,
gum, and
interest.
if it's a state tax, then you're paying your tax to the state. Well, that's fucking weird. I mean, that's a lot of fucking hypothetical maybes or whatever.
states and stuff like that.
And by the way, this motherfucker doesn't know a goddamn thing. He doesn't know if they have a state sales tax, But if they do, he's already saying, well, but it goes to state-funded interstates and stuff like that. He doesn't fucking know if they have one, but he knows where the money for it goes. He doesn't know if they have one, but he knows where the money for it goes. Does anybody... What the...
Bridge.
He's literally just shitting into his hand and throwing it at the fucking screen right now. That's what he's doing.
You're not paying for this town's police department.
How the fuck do you know? What if it is a state tax? And what if that money goes to the state? And what if the money from the state gets doled out to the cities so that they could pay for their police departments? Most cities that I've ever seen get money from the state. Most cities get money from the federal government. Why do you think that fucking cop? Why do you think JC News Now we're talking about an omnibus bill? If he pays federal taxes, that federal money goes to the federal fucking government, where they spend that money on state fucking police. Fuck you.
The town itself pays for the police department. You
Fuck you. No, it doesn't. No, it fucking doesn't.
idiot.
I think if that question that you just told us, I don't feel like I've been educated and properly. I do feel like that our officer that we send for training every year, several classes, far exceeds your ability of what you know about this. So on this particular thing, what I got out of it is that if we didn't proceed properly, that you were going to go after our funding and blah, blah, blah. To me, that's a threat.
Yes, sir.
So I think you should do that.
Okay, I'm going to.
Thank you very much.
I'm not
Your
finished.
time is up now.
My time is up.
2 minutes.
Well, you used part of my time,
You weren't even on the agenda.
You're not even on the.
We let you on. without-
but you gave me permission to speak. Is this how it is? There's no accountability here?
That's all I really care about. All right. That was fairly quick. I guess we'll go through some of these. We got a hey, and hey, do the hey, do the hey, do the how, do the sorry. There he is, the man of the hour. Too sweet to be sour. That's me, baby. That's me. Merb is the man. Merb is a man, but is he the man? The jury's out on that one. Hello to you, Captain 3D. You have a 2D avatar, so that's kind of weird. Hey to you, Julie K. Whoopee to you too, Causeless Rebel. And eyes on you, Paige. Show them titties. John Clark says LMAO. All right. Fallacy says, yo, sup, I'm here for this one, lol. Couldn't do it without you, Fallacy. Goddess of Truth says, hello, everyone. And she is the goddess of truth, so you know I'm telling it. Twister's Music says, we here, Merb, and we speak of ourselves as if we're a third person, or if there's someone else with us. John Clark says he should put his teeth in. You know who should put his fucking teeth in? Frauditor Wrangler. He should put both in, top and bottom. Jeff's here. How you doing, Jeff? My man. Irish Rover in Florida asks, is he a liar? Do you think? I don't know. The jury's still out on this one. Causeless Rebel says, hello, Goddess of Truth. Goddess of Truth says, hiya, Causeless Rebel. Jeepster says, tool bag, laughing face, laughing face. Neil McDonald says, it's live this time. Hell yeah, brother. Nima says, rolling laughing. Barely Legal Brief says, finally got some Merb. Well, you might want to take some antibiotics. Neil McDonald says, Merb, you should pick up some Trump content. I don't think so. Fuck that guy. Duavico says, Merb is vicious. I don't think so. I'm just a tiny little chihuahua. Fabio says, Dad is always on point. Popcorn. Matt SEKY Jelly says, God damn, chill. Well, you know what? A little more KY jelly and maybe I will. Jeepster says, good Lord, tell us how you really feel. I thought I did. Accurate Outrage says, I do wish they would post links to the original videos. It would make it easier to roast the dumbs. It would. It would make it easier to roast the dumbs on either side. And usually there are dumbs on both. Fallacy says, honor your oath. I was watching your latest video when Merb is live popped up. Well, my bad. I didn't mean to take you away from some of Jeff's fine content. Chris H says, Merb is a chihuahua, all bark and no bite. Just kidding, Merb. I take that as a compliment. All dogs are good dogs. If you compare me to one, I'm happy with that. KOR says, oh man, Merb is off his meds. Never was on him. Can't be off him. Goddess of Truth says, oh, come on. All of the, quote, watchdog type of creators chop up the videos of the criminal scum they cover. They sure do. Alpha Fox Adam says AM radio. Hey, Adam, did you pass the bar yet, buddy? Goddess of Truth says bolo tie. It didn't look like a bolo tie to me. Julie K says bong. We know where your mind is, Julie K. Alan says afternoon, Merb, 34th Street. 34th Street, represent. Fabio says it looks like my missing piece of corn. Well, that's normally in your poop. Duavico says it's a tiny dog. Doesn't look like one. It's shit art. Goddess of Truth says it's a bolo tie, also called a Western string tie. I have a bolo tie, and mine looks nothing like that. Michael McDaniel asks, is it a belt buckle? I think it is a little statuette of something, but I don't know. Paige says, looks like a bobblehead cat. I don't know. Kind of does. Also, show your tits. Mash says, a globule of Juul smoked juice. Probably. Tina Betro says, belt buckle. Nevea says, it. Nevea says, it's a little doll? Question mark. Fallacy says, lol, he ain't no Chris Christopherson. That's the God's honest truth. Chris H says, some of these auditor debunkers are too judgmental and act like they do no wrong. Yes, and they act like everything the auditor does is wrong. And they act like the police can do no wrong. And they act like city councils can do no wrong. And they act like public servants can do no wrong. It's really weird. Okay, Jamie says, too much stress in my life, quoting me, apparently. And yet you clearly love picking fights and getting embroiled in drama. I'll agree that not all auditors are frauditors, etc. But oh my God, the drama. Why? Because he's a fucking liar, K. Jamie. Because I call out liars. I call out liars who spread mistruths about the law. I do it when they're frauditors. I do it when they're auditors. I do it when they're anti-frauditors. I do it when they're anti-auditors. John Clark says, who gave me an Adderall? I don't know, but you should probably stop taking it unless you enjoy it, in which case you do you, boo. Mash asks, why do all dipshit YouTubers have deep Southern accents? I don't know. I don't think it's all of them. Who's that fucking Newsnet Ashtray out of Ohio? Ugh, that dude is gross. Matt with the Kentucky or the KY Jelly says, evening to Vea and Paige. Chris H says he got into his kids' Adderall. I wish I had kids. I wish they had Adderall. Fabio says, I suggest playing these videos on a 2 times or a minimum 1.5 times. We've already been over that. Paige says, hey, Matt. Duavico says, comic relief. Redacted says, yo, Merb. Bash says, don't denigrate the bags that hold the tools. They are innocent. It's the tools that are retarded. Mea culpa. Mea culpa. Accurate Orange asks, what did UH do to you? Kind of surprised by the choice here. There are so many more egotistical ones that act just like the frauditors. Because he came on my radar. He came on my radar with an obvious lie. And so I smacked down the obvious lies. Hello again, Jeff. Adam Killian says, afternoon, Mr. Gray. Fabio says, clearly Dad isn't used to listening to Rednecks and 2X. I get it. It was pretty thick. Xanawin says, laughing, I guess. KOR says, you're funnier than Mumbles, Wrangler. That's kind of a weird compliment. Well, thank you. I'll take it. Barely Legal Brief says, getting grumpy, Merb, today. No, I'm not grumpy at all. Duavico says, stop pulling your tool out. Can't pull it out if it's already out. Xanavin says, Jeff. Hey, Jeff, it's me, Kay. Okay. Jay Robert says, this might be worth something if cops didn't wear name tags. Maybe, maybe not. But lying is lying. John Clark says, lol. Stanley Haynes says, we need a Stone Vet Merb panel live stream. I've done streams with Stone Vet. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. Goddess of Truth says Merb needs some Valium or Xanax or haloperidol. Wow, you are a walking pharmaceutical dispensary, aren't you? Paige says looks totally legit. I do. Kelly says lol, Merb. Mash says get yourself a criminal justice gerb. Gerbs. Jamie says Chile doesn't have a southern accent, question mark. Do Alaskans have an accent? I don't think. Palin is a good example. Palin isn't a good example of much. Nevea says, hey, Paige, good to see you, lovely. Show your tits, Paige. Accurate Outrage says that is a poor source, to state the obvious. Goodness. Oh, it was. And he fucking misquoted. He even cut out the part that supported the JC News Now. What a fucking tool. KOR says, hey, Stanley, that could be many different ways. Adam says, but wait, undercover cops? But wait, there's more. Yeah, it's bullshit. But dipshit McGillicuddy here, this unclean hands motherfucker, he couldn't figure it out. Like he could have been right. He could have been dead right, but he was too fucking stupid to figure out because he's a retired goddamn truck driver. Not that there's anything wrong with being a retired truck driver, but you're probably not a fucking attorney if you're a retired truck driver. Probably not. Just guessing. Going out on a limb there. KOR says could go. Stanley says KOR. It could, but breaking down these videos would be priceless. Jay Roberts is really a thing? Can they not read name tags? Paige says, good evening, Nevaeh. Good to see you. Show your tits. Fallacy says, you're not allowed to YouTube or Google law unless you're debunking people who YouTube and Google law. Wow. That's deep, brother. That's deep. Chris H says, what the hell wrong with the Southern accent? Well, if you can't fucking understand it, that's about it. Other than that, nothing really. Except there are people who like to church it up and they like to rely on it. They like to push it. Who's that 2020 guy? He did the song Richmond, North of Richmond. He was parading around with the deep Southern accent, and then he did an interview and it was gone. And like, wait a minute. You stop that. There's some bullshit. You stop that. Goddess Truth says, oh, wow, Sean Hawkins is live right now calling out Murbeast as a hypocritical shit rag. Who the fuck is Sean Hawkins and why the fuck do I care? John Clark says, he must read Dr. Seuss. Kelly W. says, so I'll stick with Merb. It doesn't matter to me. Laura says, yippers. KOR says, I was surprised on the infamous sobriety discussion he and Coded had. I think Merb rage quit. No, he started accusing me of being a mean drunk and of pissing my house and having fish tanks to cover the smell of the piss. Now, I mean, that's like, it's fine. But if I'm in someone else's stream or whatever, and I don't know, it just seemed like he was really upset with me. And I don't want that. I go to his streams because they're chill, because I could just listen to them like when I'm driving and shit. And okay, I made a mistake. I started discussing stuff with him, and I guess he thought we were like friends and everything, and he thought he could just like shit on me. And I mean, if you want to accuse me of being an alcoholic, whatever. I think the issue was I disagreed with his diagnosis, his definition of alcoholism is if you get drunk twice a year, like on Christmas and New Year's, if you get drunk twice a year, you're an alcoholic under his definition. And I disagreed with his definition. And I think that's kind of what got him going. So like, he was just calling me like a mean drunk and whatever. I don't know. Like most of the time I'm not drinking anything. Well, this was a sparkly water. Most of the time I don't drink anything when I'm streaming. Sometimes I do, but my definition of alcoholism is when it starts to affect you. If there's ramifications, and that's something that you work out with your doctor. Like if you are drunk driving, that's a problem, right? Maybe you should talk to your doctor, or a judge if you get caught. If you're having like relationship issues, if you're having physical issues from the drinking. But I grew up in a time when people had 2 or 3 beers after work, that's just what happened, and maybe a 6-pack, and it's not a problem unless it's a problem. You know what I mean? So I disagree with his definition of alcoholism. I've known quite a few alcoholics, AA guys, and they all have pretty strict definitions of alcoholism. And I don't know how self-serving it is to make everybody an alcoholic so they're not bad or whatever. I don't get whatever. I don't know why they do it, but they always over-define alcoholism. And so yeah, I don't go on his streams anymore because I don't want to have him make the stream about me, first of all, because that's kind of weird, just if me being there. I mean, I get he has a hard on for me, but whatever. And just having like random insults. Like if he wants like actually like talk to me about something, or if he wants to actually like insult me on something that's like real. Like I don't piss in my house, guys. Hate to break it to you, but he's accusing me of like pissing all over my house and having fish tanks to cover the smell. It was fucking weird. It was just fucking weird. So I'm like, maybe I'll give you some time to cool off, bro. Whatever, you know. But you know, some people we just don't get along. I don't get along with them. Something about him strikes. I'll actually tell you, there's a lot of things about him that strike me as off. He claims to be a tough guy, and you know, anonymous tough guys like. Like, okay, whatever, dude. Like Josh, if Josh says that he can kick someone's ass, I mean, Josh has a resume, right? I'm going to trust Josh. But if some nameless fuck is talking about like going and beating up people all the time like he does, well, you know, it's fine to listen to, but I'm not going to give him a lot of cred. He says he had a lot of money. He gave it away. Well, I mean, that's kind of weird, but okay. Like, yeah, but nothing to back it up, right? He has a lot of talk about a lot of things, and he doesn't back it up. And he goes and digs on other people's information, and he tries to get all their information, and his information isn't out there. One of his things is like he put out misinformation. It's fine when he does it because it's misinformation. It's not lying when he does it. It was misinformation. It was to try to spot to see if Dan was lying to him, right? So he puts out a lie. It's a lie. He puts out a lie, and then he accuses Dan of not double checking, not verifying it. How the fuck is Dan going to verify it, bro? Your name isn't out there. Your face isn't out there. One of the reasons why I have a lot of respect for Josh is because Josh's face is out there. Josh's name is out there. And I'm not saying that you can't be anonymous. You have every right to be anonymous. I'm not demanding everybody demask or whatever. That's not like, I don't really care. But if you're going to talk the shit, then, you know, you probably ought to not do it from behind the, if you want to talk the shit about being rich, about being a genius, about being this career and that career, and having farms in here and doing this and blah blah blah, and being able to kick everybody's ass. If you're going to do that, I mean, if you want me to believe you, then don't do it from anonymity, because I think if you're the kind of guy who talks tough without putting your shit out there, then you're a coward. Both sides are retarded. Couldn't be any more accurate. I know. I am a pretty accurate guy. John Clark says Laura. Is that the beginning of a song? You can start singing to her. Laura. KOR says, I like it both. I like both. It went real sideways. Well, you know, I'm just not going to deal with him. I mean, if he's not going to be able to well, I'm just not going to go to his live stream, because like he got weird. And, you know, I'd say your mom jokes, but it's your mom joke, right? And then if you push it, well, then you're going to start getting teeth. But your mom joke is your mom joke. And if you start demanding shit out of me when I don't owe you shit, like, then no. Especially if I don't really like you, then why would I give you shit if I don't like? Who are you to demand shit from me? Who are you to demand shit from me? John says, do you like yappy ankle biters like Chihuahuas? Who doesn't? John Clark says, hell no. You're lying. They're adorable. They're adorable. Core says, FW explains that the cops don't know the laws, he claims, when they don't get arrested. FW explains that the cops don't know the laws, he claims, when they don't get arrested. Okay. Mervis, one word. Haloperidol. You bring it up with my doctor. Bring it up with my doctor. Parmesan chicken. Nice. I'm having Parmesan chicken tonight. Core says, hey, Lore Raider, Darkly Moon Merb, have a beer and choke your chicken. That'll relieve your stress. That's a good idea. I don't have any beer in the house, though. I'm an alcoholic, you know? I don't have any beer in the house. Isn't that fucking weird? Mash says, it's not this sort sweat equity that sets you apart, Merb. It's this sort sweat equity that sets you apart, Merb. Okay, thank you, I guess. Laura says, me either. Always liked big dogs, but I rescued one once. Lol, they so yappy. Not all of them. Some of them are pretty cool. Jay Robert says, going to ask Stoned Vet to send you some weed to calm you down. I don't smoke weed, unfortunately. I tried weed once, an edible, when I was in Washington, and it didn't do anything. So, Accurate Outrage says FW doesn't seem to have a firm foundation with the truth, though. No, he's a fucking liar. He's a lying McLiar pants who lies a lot. Kelly W says, lol. Mash says, you're just slightly retarded. Thank you. Rottweiler and Shepherds. Those are both nice dogs. Okay. Wow, Murby's is really off his meds tonight. You have a thing about meds, goddess. Think about meds. AF and men to that, John Clark. I've always loved Rottweilers and Shepherds. Tinker2 says, well, I've never seen you like this. What has got your wand in a knot? Nothing. I just don't like liars. Accurate Outrage says, goodness, chill pill needed before you stroke out, Merb. Don't think that's going to happen. KOR says he knows as much as privacy in public YouTube privacy strikes. The GT shows don't work. That's a tough sentence. 1993 badge ID was for Southern Trucking S. Okay. Hello. Yeah, we got it. Paige says no chill pills hyped up. Merb is the best Merb. Shh. That's right, Paige. Show your tits. Vanguard says methohexatol is the shortest acting of the barbiturate sedatives with a rapid onset of action, less than 1 minute, and a short duration of action, 5 to 10 minutes. Well, that's good to know. Thank you. I'll talk to my doctor to see if methohexatol is right for me. Mash 333 says 1993 Badge Act is a little-known codicil in the Southern Trucker Alliance. Nice. Laura Rader says agreed. Page Feisty Merb is the best Merb. Mash has unclean hams. Nice. GMK says I always look into it. Nice. Jesus says Joe King. Who pissed in your Cheerios? No one. I don't eat Cheerios. Accuracy Outrage says Feisty is good. Just worried about consequences of too much. Don't concern troll me. I'll be all right. Very Legal Brief says, not a believer in principle of charity today, Merb. What about those obvious and blatant lies should I give him charity on? Which one of those blatant and obvious lies should I give him charity on? Which one? Matt says, I've been to better board meetings at CBGBs in the 1990s. Nice. Was that back when they were popping little red pills in the Southern Truckers Alliance? Alpha Fox says, go to an attorney. That's good advice, Alpha Fox. Are you an attorney yet? Did you pass your bar, brother? KOR says, probably being P. Barnes' brother. Not enough taser to be P. Barnes' brother. TK Teller Max says, at Merb, when Unclean Hands first started his channel, it was mind-numbing how many chicks vomited dollars to him. Bitches bought all his equipment. Fact, he was associated with 1% bikers, now a bootlegger. Yeah, I mean, times get tough, man. Times get tough. Laura Rader says, thumping the Bible with a Southern accent really sells it best, Merb. Accurate Outrage says, some officers may know some laws. Seems overly assumptive to believe they are all dumb. What I didn't say they were dumb. Police officers, it's not their job to understand the intricacies of laws. They'll get some training, but they get like, here's the statute. Here's the statute. Does it look like they're violating the law? Arrest them. Take them over to the DA. The DA will figure out if they really are. And then, oh, yeah, we're going to go ahead and charge them. But cops get policy guidelines. Like an attorney will, this new appellate decision just came out. So we're going to have to figure out what it means. Okay. And then we're going to design a policy that as long as the officers follow the policy, they'll be within the boundaries of this new particular bit of stare decisis. And they'll roll it out as policy. That's what cops know. They don't know the ins and outs of shit. It's not their day-to-day kind of ham and eggs, as it were. Laura Rader laughs. Fabio says memes help with fair use instead of providing insightful commentary. Sure does. Accurate Orange asks, what's your take on Josh? I've answered that. Luddite Neanderthal says Lecter was a cop watcher. Little known fact. Little bit of Silence of the Lambs trivia. GMK says taxes have nothing to do with rights. That is correct. Dwavico says, I hope so. Accurate Outrage says, do you find him an honest and a good channel? So you put good in quotes. I think he's entertaining. Yeah, but why do you put good in quotes? Like, that's kind of weird. That's just kind of weird. I don't know. I feel like you're setting me up for something there. You got my little noggin jogging, my almonds activated. I feel like you're playing word games with me. I don't know why. Laura Rader says, damn Stone Vet for playing those videos. They cause brain damage in large quantities. I fucking hate listening to Fraud at Wrangler, and Josh plays him every goddamn night. Mash says that horrible unfinished closet door framing behind the Southern Boys Committee is a violation of human rights. I mean, maybe they don't have a lot of funds in that town. I don't know. GMK says the entire monetary system is flawed. Okay. Michelle says, Merb, you are funny. Thank you, Michelle. Accurate Outrage says, I was asking about Josh since you brought him up. Yeah, just since you brought him up, right? Mm-hmm. Josh is a good boy, says Redacted. Josh is fucking crazy. But it's an enjoyable kind of crazy. I wouldn't want to go to a bar with him because he'd probably get in a fucking bar fight, and I'd probably get my ass kicked somewhere along the line. But I'd hang out with him at a garage or something, you know, where there's less chance of shit breaking out. KOR says, Josh is just as you see I foe. I don't know what that means. John Clark says, I would love to see SV and Merb do a stream. We've done one. I interviewed him and he interviewed me. Okay, Jamie says, taxes have everything to do with your rights to complain. When the basis of your complaint is he's a public servant, he works for us, which is something this auditor said to this board. No. Public servants work for the people, not the taxpayers. So it has still nothing to do with it. Sorry, Jamie, you're wrong. Thank you for playing. Have a nice day. Mash says he's got giant hentai eyes on his avatar. What are hentai eyes? What are hentai eyes? What are we looking at? Hold on a second. Are those hentai eyes? Do I look up hentai? Are you guys going to get me in fucking trouble? Hentai eyes. Hentai eyes porn video. Yeah, the very first thing. Thanks, guys. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Okay, interesting. Thumbs up. Ha 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 ha. Course said, followed him since I is start and he hasn't changed. Josh's videos have changed. His content's changed. He was doing these like weird... I stopped watching him for a while because he was doing these weird things. I just couldn't get into these art pieces that they didn't speak to me. And but his new stuff, I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying it a lot. Laura Rader says it's adorable. Redux said that's an accurate description. Josh liking is allowed on Mondays, just on Mondays though. Accurate Outrage says you can like whomever you want. I was just curious of your opinion. Seems kind of weird. Seems kind of fishy. J. Robert says as long as you don't have thin skin, he's good. Taxes are irrelevant. Damn it. You're correct. They are. Alpha Fox said a lot of the conditionals. Yep. Mash says he's just a simple Southern untry magistrate. Nice. Biff Thundermuffin loves Speedball Merb, don't we all? Redacted said, even stoned to the bone, he is somehow quicker than most of the people in the anti-auditor sphere. He's a smart guy. I'm not taking anything away from him on that. The weed is really like fucked his focus, or the PTSD has fucked his focus. He's like a pinball. But it's enjoyable. Michelle says they have so many idiots on YouTube. Yeah, anybody can start making videos. Core says Josh was in any. I don't know what that means. Vanguard says Mania. Fallacy says his echo chamber is strong. Jay Robert says Merb, calm down. No, you're not my dad. Unless you want to be my daddy. Mash says, why isn't Fabio interjecting? Did you eat him? No, he's around. GMK says focusing on taxes is quite taxing. Damn it, it is. Accurate Outrage says, seems as if the camera guy is claiming to pay someone's salary where their tax money goes might matter just for the camera guy's reasoning. Yes, but the camera guy's reasoning is flawed. Beck and Hollow says Merb is fired up. That is true. Jeff says, are we going to see Merb stroke out live? You wish. KOR says school attendance quotas for Fed and state money too. Absolutely. Jay Robert says your blood pressure, Merb. That joke got old a long time ago. Accurate Outrage says, Jeff, it would appear so. I don't think so. Fabio says, Dad would never eat me. I'm Fabio, damn it. Someday, Fabio, I will eat you. Laura says, course not. Merb just Merbing out a little. Let him be. Thank you, Laura. Fallacy says, how easy to be a citizen. Just pay tax one time. Boom, you're in. You don't even have to pay tax once. It's crazy that way. Kids are citizens. Kids who've never paid tax before. Have a baby? That baby's a citizen as long as you're in the U.S. Never a tax paid. GMK says, those pictures are hung in a very interesting pattern. Symmetric, yet soft. Okay. Justice, I'm not disagreeing with him. Just worried about him. Save your concern trolling. I don't need it. Laura Rader says, GMK, the pictures are obviously and clearly a pyramid scheme. Yes. Kelly W says, lol, I'm swimming in sarcasm. Fraud at Wrangler says, I don't appreciate what you said about me. Is this the real Fraud at Wrangler? How do I find out? I don't think it's the real one. Someone find out. How do you find out if that's the real Fraud at Wrangler? I don't think it's a real one. And if it is, you're a piece of shit. Logan Sandman says, hey, everybody. Brenda White says, you seem to talk crap about a lot of people. Yeah, there's a lot of shitty people out there who need crap talked about them. Not enough people are getting crap talked about them. That's what I find. That's what I find. Fabio says, there are so many of these anti-auditor channels now, and unfortunately none that I consider good content. They all deserve each other. Yeah, they're all fucking gay and lame and shit and fucking retarded. Jamie says, where are your cocks? The cocks. You know, that's what we're all here for. That's right. You want the cock. Fallacy says, mamushka. And hey. There you go. GMK says, I need channel suggestions. I just unsubscribed from everyone. I don't know what to tell you there. TK Teller Mac. Another fun fact, Unclean Hands and multiple other channels held a month-long money benefit for medical expenses. For who? For him? For Unclean Hands? I mean, I wouldn't trust anybody with any fucking fundraising on any of these fucking channels. They're all fucking liars. They're all fucking shit. Just forget about them. Barry G says, number one, this is awesome. Number two, no way your current mood is devoid substance help. I want some gimme. Sorry, bro. Stone Cold Sober. This was, what is that? What is that shit called? It's a orange creamsicle flavored sparkling water. Delicious. It's all just melted water now, though. Degeneration just has eyes, apparently. Fraud Wrangler, if this is the real Fraud Wrangler, which I doubt it, says, just keep your name out of my mouth. Just keep my dick out of yours and we'll be fine. Judy says, you sound like a raging drunk. Well, Judy, you sound like a day drinker. Barry G says, Fraud Wrangler or what? You'll break into his house and steal his stuff. He won't do that in my house. I have way too many pit bulls. Jen says, lol at Barry. Accurate Outrage says, Fabio, honestly, most seem to be grifting just as much as the other side. Some are decent, but I just like the hypocrisy of the bulk. Well, here's the thing. Like, one side is actually out there putting their ass on the line, getting this content. The other side is stealing it and then throwing in a few, you're stupid, along the way. And apparently some lies, too. So, yeah. Mash says, bolo ties are fancy, partner. You know what? I'm a little bit country. Salty G says, Barry G, good one. Alpha Fox Adam says, had to postpone it. The missus had a more important licensing exam at some time, so studying would have been impossible with two kids. Take it in February. Got to enjoy the summer with the kids. Well, good luck to you in February, sir. Best wishes. Tim McLean says, sorry late to the party. The only badge identification law I could find was in HR 6395. It was passed into law, but only applies to federal law enforcement. Well, nobody brought that up in the fucking videos. Fraud Regular says, I never did those things. I already told the truth. Well, again, I really think you're just a sock. I think someone's pretending to be Fraud Wrangler. So I'm just going to say, suck a dick and move on. Degeneration Nation says, I try my hardest to post the source. Well, you should always not just try your hardest to do it. You should just fucking do it, because that's what good people do. Jamie says, if a bolo tie is also a string tie, can people send money to Merb's G Bolo account? No, because that doesn't accentuate my package quite as well. I Yell a Lot says, woo, Merb lit the matches, burn it to the ground. You are loved, Merbles. Good, because this all fucking needs to get burned to the ground. JJ Thomas says, I just have to laugh at the anti-audit channels, especially when they call auditors grifters, because we know frauder channels don't have their channel for any monetary returns, except they all list their fucking PayPal, Zelle, whatever. They all list how to give them money right at the fucking top. Like every fucking time, dude. It's every fucking time. Right at the top. The first fucking thing they do, give me money. And if they're monetized, they're all asking for, or they're all showing ads and everything like that. It's a giant fucking grift. Fabio says hypocrisy on all sides for sure. Accurate outrage. Humans are flawed. Only chickens are glorious. Well, chickens are very simple creatures, but if you've ever seen chickens peck a weak chicken to death, it's not that cool. Accurate outrage says at Degeneration Nation, some of us appreciate that effort. I like sources. I love sources. The Salty Explorer says, you're right. Stealing prescription medication from an old lady is completely fine and victimless. It's not like she really needed those. Am I right? Well, I assume you are talking to the fake fraud wrangler. So, I mean, have fun preaching your moral outrage at him. I'm sure he cares. Accurate Outrage says, okay, was just wondering, and you might need some glasses there, Merv. I might. I am getting old. I click on these. I read out the little things. I click on them, and it makes a big thing over here in the middle of the page, but I'm still reading it off over to the right where it's all tiny. Like my pee-pee. Degeneration Nation says, I agree the sources should be put in the description. Barry G says, what did you take prior to this video? Don't lie. We're going to find out. Nothing. I did win in court today, so maybe that's it. I don't know. Biff says, I assumed the thing in his lap was a microphone. It didn't look like a microphone. That was a very poorly drawn microphone. Degeneration Nation says, hi, Biff. Redacted says, yeah, Coda was spurging out hard. Okay. Core says, I like you, Merb. It sounds like Coded was lit up on something. I don't know and don't really care, but it's kind of weird. Like, he's still fucking fiending after me or whatever. Like, bro, I'm not into you. I mean, if you're cute, maybe, but I haven't seen you, so I can't judge on that. Zoe Christ says, going after a guy with cancer. Nice, fuck him and fuck his cancer and fuck your morality. Fuck you, Zoe Christ. Fuck off, piece of shit. Mash 33, mean drunk is okay as long as you cover the smell with fish. Apparently, I don't know. What? Who the fuck tries to cover the smell of piss with fish tanks? Like, are you fucking, like, what? How retarded are you? Jesus fucking Christ. So, Christ, what if BSBT had cancer? Would you feel for him and get on his gig? Nah, she's white knighting. Reduct said, yeah, it was really dumb. Yeah, it was really dumb. And, like, it was really dumb, but it was like, I'm really hurt, so I'm just trying to find a way to lash out at you kind of dumb. And I don't want to be that guy who's there, like, making them all mad. Like, it's not worth it. There's nothing there for me to gain. Core says, I've been working on being sober for 2 years. He's a little off on what I've experienced. Well, good for you being sober. 20 years. Well, good for you on being sober for 20 years. People can drink too much without consequences, so they aren't exactly an alcoholic. I can't stop when I start, regardless of the shit that happens. Yeah, I mean, there's, like, dude, like, it's between you and your doctor. Or if you think you have a problem and you don't want to get a doctor involved, that's fine. But it's when you think you have a problem, or when your doctor thinks you have a problem, or when the people in your life, maybe if they're going to do intervention, I'm not like advocating for that, then yeah. But like, if it's not a fucking problem, then it's not your fucking business. Whatever. But like getting drunk twice a year and you're an alcoholic, that's fucking gay. Biff says, sup, D-Gen. Core says the rage quit comment was tongue in cheek. Okay. GMK says, who is the topic? Coded friend? Yeah, apparently. Laura says, way too late to take that back now, Core. GMK says, yeah. Or Chaos Ward says, at GMK, yeah. Redacted says, yeah, that was pretty telling. KOR says, so true, Laura. Zoe Christ, Coded is a woman beater like you were told. How the fuck do you know? You don't even know who he is. You're fucking retarded. People who I agree with on X told me why. Therefore, I'm going to believe why because I agreed with these people on X. You are a fucking simpleton. Jesus. Gardner Earth guy says, I like fish tanks. I love the fish tanks. I love fish tanks. The Unforgiven Jerry says, unclean is a liar. What I miss? Fucking go back through the video. GMK says, being tough and manly and having fighting skills are all overrated. Fuck all that shit. Well, I mean, they're not overrated. They have a time and a place. If you're like a pussy piece of shit, other guys will pick up on it. But someone talking mad shit when like they don't even show themselves, like most guys can look at me and get an idea for what kind of a guy I would be in a bar fight. Most guys can look at me and get an idea, right? Most guys can do that. You can look at Josh, you can get an idea how he'd be in a bar fight. You can look at Nord, you can get an idea for how Nord would be in a bar fight, right? But I mean, if you don't see him, like anybody, like what's that fucking song? It's like this Brad Paisley, like on the internet, like everybody's 6'2" or whatever, you know, everybody's 6'2" and a tough guy on the internet. Unforgiven Yuri says, hook it up with the parm chicken. Yeah, hell yeah, brother. Unforgiven Yuri says, that's the wrong weed. Let me know. I got you. Okay. Stefan St. Germain says, Merb is a POS as he can often be. Oh, did I attack somebody on your team? Did I attack someone on your team? Oh, Ryan Youngblood says, FIY. This is pre-recorded. He made numerous videos that day in the same clothes and hat for the paid sponsor on the hat. Talk about in the video or me? Oh, yeah. And donate to Mission 22. They do a good job for the vets. Lol, hello, Ryan. 22, what does that mean, though? Mission 22, it's a charity? Hold on a second. I just put the link to their website in the chat. You don't have to donate to fuckwits on YouTube. You can always donate directly to charities. Ryan says, hey, Laura Rader says Operation 22 is a charity. It's Mission 22, but that's fine. St. Michael says, awesome question at the Unforgiven Yuri. Unforgiven Yuri says, hello too. Unforgiven Yuri says, oh, cool. A real charity, though, not a regular charity. Yeah, a real fucking charity that you don't have to give money to a YouTuber who's allegedly going to give money to the charity. It's fucking weird how much easier it is. You can actually write off donations that you give to Mission 22 because they're a 501c3 charity. You cannot write off donations you give to a fucking YouTuber who allegedly is going to give them to a 501c3. So if you're going to donate money, why not get the tax break and donate to a real fucking charity? How about that? Fucking amazing. Your tax guy will thank you for it. Loretta says, Yuri, do you ever watch Ryan's videos? Mostly of Bao, but they are fascinating and funny. Ryan says, unfortunately, Murby has been on a losing streak at the day job, so he comes home and beats his chat instead of the hubby. He figured me out. Ryan says, Laura's right. Unforgiven Yuri says, I will now, thanks. Kelly W says, good means on their side. Yeah. Loretta says, Ryan, he claims he got a $15,000 check or something recently. Lol, Merb, that is. I did, recently, from one case that settled. Chaos Warden says, Merb, like how laws are changing now with weed and policy are changing due to these no laws. Like if I was king of the world, weed would not be legal because I don't think it helps anybody. But I mean, maybe like with prescription, I would allow for prescription weed, but I don't think I'd, king of the world. But as, a person with a fairly libertarian bent, I really don't fucking care what other people do. Ryan says that must be from the hot sponsor, Laura. He keeps losing cases and clients, allegedly. Allegedly. The Unforgiven Yuri says, Ryan, I don't think he has a husband anymore. His partner identifies as a battered wife. Nice. Starker says, why do UK? I don't know why I K. Sometimes I LMNOP. Accurate Outrage says, I mean good as correct in what he says as opposed to good as enjoyable. I'm looking for non-liars to listen to. I don't think he lies. I think he's an honest broker. He gets stuff wrong, but everybody gets stuff wrong. I mean, I've gotten stuff wrong. He admits it when he gets stuff wrong. So correct. I don't know if correct is the right word. I I think he has good instincts. Laura says, LMAO, Ryan. Cass Warden says, Murphy's do not Google that. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, a little late. Luckily, nothing came up. Striker says, why do you hate Fraud Wrangler? Because he's a lying liar shitbag who fucking burgles people's houses and probably murdered a fucking disabled vet. That's about as good a reason as any. I mean, since you asked. Accurate Outrage says, assumptions just make an ass out of you. Nice. That's my line. Chaos Warden says, I tried to warn you, Burp. I figured it was some shit. Unforgiven Yuri says, Striker, how much time you got? Laura Raider says, Wrangler isn't worth an emotion as passionate as hatred. That's true. I mean, I don't hate him. I just find him contemptuous. Ryan Youngblood says, I'm going to call a sponsor right now. Striker says, all the time in the world. Bobby says, notice Bao isn't streaming Ryan Youngblood. Every time he says he will come back, he doesn't. When he says he's not coming back, he does. And we're all left here with Merb. Egregious. Well, I'm sorry. Fucking sorry. I hate to be your second choice, but here we are. Yeah, Ryan Youngblood says Fabio's right. Fabio says chicken hand. Ryan Youngblood says Bao plays chess in the theater of the mind. Yuri says rhetorical, but I won't keep you. Rhetorical, but I won't keep you is a lying sack of shit. Laredo says nice analogy to Ryan. Very nice indeed. Fabio says no, face fuchsia tongue out. Ryan says, I got lucky. Murphy's alcohol sponsor happens to also be his meth, crack, and prescription pill abuse sponsor. Saved me a few calls. Sweet. I'm all about making it easier for you, Ryan. Salty in Florida says Josh needs to lay off the sativa and start using the indica. I'm not his doctor. I don't know what those are. I'm just going to say, okay. I smell bull poop. Oh, boy. Merb, can you explain the strawman you were talking about, the all cap, please? I'd like your opinion on its relevance to our system. Please educate us, Merby. No idea what you're talking about, but you have a great day. Yuri says, Salty, he only smokes indica. Ryan says, I love indica. Yuri says, I got channel dick. Nice. Yuri says, lol, yeah, I meant it like that. Laura says, you right-click over the three dots next to the comment. I get put user in timeout or ban user and delete their comments. And see if it's a channel or not, Merb, for future troll checking. Oh, I wonder if I have to do it on YouTube's. On YouTube's. And then I could do this. I could go to channel. All right, well, let's check it out, Checky. Let's check it out. I can't go back that far. Well, that's too bad. We'll never know. I can't scroll back that far. Life is a mystery. Ryan says can't do that function anymore, Laura. Apparently you can if it's your channel, which is pretty interesting. Maybe you could do it if you're a moderator too. I don't know. Goddess of Truth says Unclean Hands had a melanoma on his face that he went through radiation for. Well, oh my God. Like, so what? So that makes him immune to criticism now? I don't fucking think so. Ryan says, unless you're a mod. There we go. Trunk Monkey says, how about Virgo, the scammer? I think Virgo's already been pretty well exposed. Laredo says, Ryan, you have to be a moderator or channel owner to get the go-to channel function. That's lame. Everybody should have it. Salty in Florida says, oh, thanks. Laredo says, otherwise you only see blocker report. Ryan says, refer to the fourth comment above. Yuri says, Salty, I consume lots of Stones Vets content. I'm sick or something. I don't know. Josh likes to say it's like you walk into a bar and there's some guys talking. And it's pretty much like that. You walk into a bar and there's a fucking high as fuck, slightly drunk dude talking to other dudes. And you just get to kind of sit there and listen to it. It's kind of like that. Laredo says, oh, sorry, Ryan, I got behind. Ryan says, but I still lust you, Laura. Love? No, lust. Yuri says, Virgo tryhard. She scammed the shit out of many people. Yeah, there's a lot of stupid fucking people who think that just because you're on their side of an issue, that all of a sudden you are on their side about everything. Fucking people are retarded. Laura Raider purrs, lol. Trunk Monkey, anti-fraud channels are just crooks. Are crooks just like the frauditors. That is sure true. Day's Life asks, are you drinking Merb Shine from a mustard glass jar? Not tonight. It's a work night. The Unforgiven Year says, we need to start pecking the shit out of our week. Let's not. Loretta says, Ryan, my favorite short of yours is still Aaron Queen as the energy vampire from WWDITS. Don't know what that is. Ryan says, I won't lie. I also list my Cash App address. Very first thing at the top of my video description, guilty. Well, I don't even know who you are, so I'm just going to say, okay. Degeneration Nation says, I said try because a lot of times they private the video. You can still put the link there. You have the link to watch the video. You can put the link in there. It'll come back as private, but that's not on you. That's on them, right? TK Taylor Mac, Murr, be careful of which sparkling water you drink. Don't drink anything with aspartame in it. Very bad for your health. Drink Waterloo sparkling water. They have tons of flavors, no additives. It's something bubbly. B-U-B-L-E water. B-U-B-L-Y water. B-U-B-L-Y. Yeah, it's B-U-B-L-Y. Typing. It is this right here, bubbly water. And they have some really good flavors. I don't know if it has. Why can't it be reached? Anyway, I really like their orange creamsicle. Is that really Michael Bublé? Yeah. Ryan Youngblood says, Laura, Aaron is the queef that just keeps on queefing. Yuri says, fuck that, ask for money just like free speech, deal with the consequences. Laura Raider says, laughing, laughing. Fabio laughing. Fabio says, that's the Merb I love. Redacted said, yeah, he was just going at you. Yeah, he was going at you like a mean ex, lol. Ryan says, to be fair, Murby, Clash with Bao does try to cover his alcohol/penis breath with fish sauce as well. Well, that's just good hygiene. Loretta says, very fair point, Ryan. Very fair. Jimmy Gibbs Jr. says, watching frauditors get tased is my kink. Don't king shake me. I won't, bro. I won't. Yuri asks, Ryan, have you ever had fish oil pills? Vietnamese Mr. Rogers says, stop victimizing me, Ryan. Ryan Youngblood says, once, Yuri, once. Ha, ha, ha. Hey, Aiden. The Salty Explorer says, maintaining fish tanks is too much work for a hardcore alcoholic. They'd rather just smell the piss, probably. I wouldn't know. I don't hang out with too many hardcore alcoholics. Degeneration Nation says, especially saltwater tanks. I don't do saltwater. I did once. I had one saltwater tank a long ass time ago. But the fake salt, for some reason, irritates the shit out of my skin. Like, my skin gets all dry and itchy afterwards. Like, if I mess around the tank for like 10, 15 minutes, my skin's just fucked. And I don't know why, because like I go swimming in the ocean, it's no problem. But that fake saltwater stuff fucks me up. The Unforgiven Yuri says, Ryan, I'll believe you this time. Aiden Shankerson has a winky face. Ryan says, me too. Ryan asks closing time. Ryan says, Whiskey River. Ryan says, chicken fried. Mash says, not you, Merb. The hentai eyes are on the trucker dude's avatar. Ryan says, see that look of being busted. That's mission 22. FW is making 10 videos a day in the same clothes. Well, Yuri says, thank you. San Antonio has some pretty fabulous boxers like Tony Ayala Jr. among many. Lol. St. Michael says, awesome. Mission 22. Core says, and his lives are restreaming the same videos. Yeah, it's fucking weird that he restreams his own video. A lot. Ryan says, yeah, thanks, Murphy. We can see when you post a link, but thanks for reiterating. You're welcome, because I'm here for you, Ryan. I'm here for you. Internet God says, shouldn't all charitable donations be made directly to Governor DeCastro for proper distribution to people? Well, I've heard that before, but I don't think that's the right way to do it. Laura Rader says, has he already taken office? Yuri says, now you conflicted me. GMK says taxes are relevant Degeneration Nation says, hey, Internet God. Ryan Youngblood says, I write off all my YouTube donos. Come at me, IRS. Unforgiven Yuri says, the wrestler or the government agency. I don't know what that means. Ryan Youngblood says, king of the world, barely king of the backyard. Internet God says, King Merv. I am not a king, but we should have a king because I'm a monarchist. Jasper Kalen says, what would a libertarian king look like? Self-hating? No. A king wouldn't be libertarian. Ryan says, good question. Yuri, I'm going to go with the wrestler. The Unforgiven Yuri says, Ryan, we're going to be friends. Ryan says, only loser status would try to control other people's existence for their own benefit. For their own benefit? Absolutely. What if they try to control other people's existence for other people's benefits? Now that's where it gets a little stickier in the wicket. Amanda Cruz says, laughing face. Orion says, I got dibs on hosting Thanksgiving, Yuri. Pink Bow says, Pink Bow forgives you. Well, thank God. Yuri says, but I cook Mexicans, so your loss. You cook Mexicans? Bro, like, that's kind of weird that you cook Mexicans. Ryan says, we can do that on New Year's. Yuri says, we going to do it anytime. Yeehaw. Ryan Youngblood says, Pink Bow is my third favorite bow. Yuri says, wait, Pink Bow just forgive me? Ryan says, yeah, he was my fifth favorite until he forgave you. Bow Redcorn says, obviously I'm the best bow and the most offensive. Ryan says, Bow Redcorn is my second favorite bow. Great racial undertone and tension in chat. Yuri says, you're number one in my book now, sir, Pink Bow. Jesus Bow De Castro says, ooh, racial undertone bow account. I hate you. Yuri says, that bubble is more shit than Shasta. Give me Coke. Well, you know what? Cocaine makes everything better, Yuri. Gov Flu says, you drink water like from the toilet? What is that? Brondo. You need Brondo. Lackluster says, this was a fun one. Glad you enjoyed it, Lackluster. Ryan says, you're welcome, Lack. Amanda Cruz laughs. Ryan Youngblood says, yo, Mama Bear. Count Socula says, ooh, Mama Bear in chats. Amanda Cruz says, hey, Ryan, are you clips this? TK Tellermax says, bubbly is good. Waterloo's one of my faves. Try it as a backup. I might. Ryan says, not usually. Murby is too boring on his best day for clipping, and he always wears the same clothes. White t-shirt and a baseball cap. You can never fucking tell if they're the same ones. Because I might have multiple white t-shirts. You never know. Government Flu says, is there a point to this? No, there's not. Amanda says, today, Murby Chats is funny. Goddess of Truth says, itchy, Murbs, notify the health department and get a prescription for penicillin. Shit. What I got is penicillin wouldn't even touch. I need some good antibiotics for my shit. Yuri says, Murb has never heard of the wrestler IRS man. Look it up. That's probably another porn thing, isn't it, Yuri? Ryan says, that's not your jurisdiction, Murby. I own me, you own you. Well, if you own you, that means that you're for sale because you could buy and sell things that you own. We skip stuff. Yuri says, what Mexican is delicious? Zoe says, so Merb says, fuck people with cancer, even little kids. Fuck you, Zoe, is what I'm saying, is fuck you. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why you're not getting this. I'm saying fuck you. Fuck you. Ryan says, failing first-year family lawyers don't own multiple white t-shirts. You got me. You got me, bro. You got me. And Salty Explorer says, buying plain white t-shirts in bulk is smart. Screw brand advertisements. They have tags in the back. Count Saki says, fun stream, Herb. I always appreciate a good rant, even if it's from a dirty lawyer. Hand purple blue piece. And that's it. Thanks for watching and have a great day.